November 2023 was quite possibly the worst month of my entire life. I was completely burnt out from video editing, heartbroken from breaking up with my girlfriend, and in the worst shape that I'd been in years. However, the month after, everything changed. I made a few small tweaks to my business and I went from making $400 a month working 12 hours a day to $5K while only working a few hours daily. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 principles that allowed me to 10x my income in under 30 days without working more than just a few hours a day. Principle number 1, do not bite the hand that feeds you. Look, I know how much you might hate your current clients. When they get around to sending you footage, it's days after they said they originally would. They set you ridiculous deadlines, and even when you're slightly late, they punish you for it. They're rude to you, they're rude about your editing, they're just not a nice person to work for. And on top of that, they pay you a rate that is completely unfair. I know that you want to drop these clients with all of your heart, but coming from someone who's been there, do not. For the time being, you need to stick with these clients. I know it sucks, I was there. I was working with 2 clients, only paying me $150 per video, who expected hyper edits delivered in under 48 hours. And let's just say their communication wasn't the most polite. As much as I wanted to drop them, I stuck with them, just for the time being. Here's why. Number 1. Having clients as case studies is probably the biggest money-making asset that you can have. If other clients can see that you've done a good job for somebody else, they are way more likely to hire you. Even if you haven't blown up their channel, just seeing high-quality videos with tens of thousands of views is really impressive to potential clients. So sticking it out and building a solid case study is always worth it. Number 2, working with clients, no matter who they are, is extremely valuable experience. Look, no matter what you're doing in business, you are always going to work with shitty clients. So by working with these lower end clients and practicing your skills, you are building experience to level up later in your career. You're building communication skills, delivery skills, the ability to stick to a deadline, all of which is valuable stuff for when you start working with bigger and bigger clients. Experience is experience, no matter who it's with. Number 3, the cash that they're giving you, even if it is a little amount, can go a long way. I know you've heard every guru online telling you to reinvest, but you're a one-person business, so you don't have any clue what that means. Put simply, if you want to scale your editing business, you're going to need to put some money back into it. And this isn't anything complicated whatsoever. All I'm talking about is maybe a few software costs, money to invest in programs and education, and maybe when you get there, hiring out another editor or thumbnail designer for your business. It's nothing crazy, but the small amount of cash that they're giving you allows you to grow your business. You need to reframe it in your head. Even though they're a shitty client, you're still making an online income from your laptop. Do you understand how crazy that is? Most people our age are working in Starbucks or getting a degree in university. Even though these clients are awful to work with, we're still making an online income. And we don't have to go out and work a shitty dead-end job. So do not act impulsively. Don't ditch these clients because you hate working with them. Yes, in the long run, we will ditch them, but for now, keep them. We need the experience, the case study, and the little amount of cash that it will bring you. Then, once you've landed some bigger, higher paying clients, you can ditch this client as the higher paying one replaces them. Now, if you want my personal one-on-one help to build a 5 to 10K per month editing business, then you can apply using the first link in the description. It's a one-on-one mentorship program where I give you everything you could ever need to scale your editing business. Results are completely guaranteed, so there's no risk whatsoever on your end. Now, if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, then click the first link in the description. Principle number 2 is high ticket positioning. Right now, you're probably operating like a freelancer. You have a portfolio with your name, editor.com, or even worse, your stupid little gamertag.card.co. Let's be real for a second. You're operating like this and you really think you're going to make 10K a month. Are you fucking deluded, man? To make 10K a month, you need to look like you make 10K per month. Therefore, switch from operating like a freelancer to a business owner. I know this sounds daunting, but it's really not. It's only a branding shift. For me, I changed from operating under josephcurtois.com to catalystcreate.co.uk. Before, I was a freelancer. I was somebody's employee. I was disposable. They could pay me peanuts. But once I switched to Catalyst Create, everything changed. I was being paid retainers, I was being sent work consistently, and clients were just treating me professionally rather than abusing me over WhatsApp. When you appear on the internet as a freelancer, it's difficult to demand high prices. You're a glorified employee. You look like everybody else. They don't have a reason to pay you a high ticket retainer. But instead, when you operate under the appearance of an agency, you join the world of businessmen. $1,000 a month is absolutely nothing. They won't hesitate to give you that money if you're providing a valuable service, which you are as a video editor. As soon as you become the founder of a video editing agency rather than a freelancer, which technically are the same thing, you're just branding yourself differently, your value increases massively. And when your value increases massively, so do your prices. We are not changing anything about our business. The only thing that's different is we're operating under another appearance, an appearance that makes us way more valuable. Practically, there's really nothing you have to do. Buy a custom domain, build a landing page, and start sending your emails from a professional email address. That's literally it. We're not changing anything else. Finally, just start to build a personal brand. You don't have to go crazy uploading 3 times a week on YouTube. You don't have to post reels or tweet every single day. All you need to do is go through your main social media accounts and make them look like you're a business owner. You're no longer a freelance video editor, you're the founder of a video editing agency. When you reach out to people, they're gonna Google your name, they're gonna Google your business. So go through everywhere you appear on the internet. Clean it up and make it look like you're a professional. Once your digital presence looks valuable, that's when you will be paid a lot of money. Principle number 3 is quality. To get clients as a business, all you need to do is get your offer in front of enough people. Now, no matter what anybody tells you, there's only 3 ways to do this. Number 1, create content. This is where you post stuff on the internet that would appeal to your ideal customer and get them to reach out to you. Number 2 is paid ads. It's virtually the same as content. You're making videos that will appeal to your ideal customer. The only difference is you're paying for it to get in front of those people. And number 3 is outreach, where you find the people you want to work with and you message them directly. Straight up, content and paid ads are not viable for you. First, do you have any clue on how to make content? Probably not. And even if you do you think you're gonna get the views to attract your ideal customer? Probably not. Secondly, do you have $100 a day to put in ads? Probably not. And even if you do you know how to run an ad campaign? No. Content and paid ads are non-starters. We're not going anywhere near them as a video editor, meaning the only viable option for us is outreach. There are 1,000,001 ways to do outreach. You can use Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, SMS, email, literally anything that you could get a message in front of someone, you can use for outreach. So what do we pick? Well, realistically, it doesn't matter what you pick. As long as you get in front of your ideal customer, they see your message, then it doesn't matter what platform you're using. So what really matters is what you say in your message. There are 2 trains of thought: high quality outreach or high quantity outreach. High quality outreach people believe that every single outreach message you should send will take you hours. I'm talking sit down, edit them a full video, then send it off to them, hoping that they will reply and give you a job. But what if they don't? You've just wasted a whole day of work for literally nothing. On the other hand, high quantity outreach is where you mass send a generic email. This is where you use expensive softwares to scrape a bunch of email addresses, then load it into another sending software to send out a generic message to every single email that you scraped. This is ridiculously expensive to do, and the number of replies you'll get are embarrassingly low compared to the amount of emails you've sent. So what do we do? Well, we find a happy medium between the two, quality. Now, this is not my idea. I've totally ripped it off Charlie Morgan, so all credit goes to him. But it works perfectly for video editors. Quality is where we get the best of both worlds. We send enough quantity at a high enough quality. We're not maxing out quantity and we're not maxing out quality. We're getting a middle of both of them. Here's how to do it for video editing. First, you want to handpick the leads. Instead of scraping a huge database for people who could be qualified, go through YouTube or Instagram and find people that you know would be a fit for your service. Then, once you've got a large list of those, you're going to personally write a custom message to each of them. And I'm not talking about just copy and pasting their title into the first line of the description saying that they love this video. No, that's lazy. That's low quality. Instead, the sweet spot is spending anywhere around 3 to 5 minutes making something truly personal. Actually watch their videos and make a comment about something very specific that they said. Or you can take it a step further, record them a custom Loom video, telling them what you like about their stuff and how you can help them improve it. Either way, spend 3 to 5 minutes making something extremely personal. And then, because it doesn't take us that long, we can send 50, 100 every single day. But because the quality of the message is so high, we're going to get ridiculously high response rates. This is the magic of quality. And that's exactly what I did when I went from 400 to 5k per month in 30 days. I went through YouTube and manually scraped hundreds of YouTube accounts that would be a fit for my services. Then I spent a couple of minutes writing a super personalized first line for every single email. And because they were so high quality, it took me barely any time to land 2 high-paying clients. Principle number 4. Math beats emotion. Look, so far the system I've laid out for you is extremely simple. What have you got to do? Build a landing page? Send some emails? Find some YouTube channels? It's not difficult. Yet you've tried stuff like this before and it didn't work. Why? Well, it's simply because you are in your own way. You are the only thing stopping this system from working. You hear about something that works, like in this video, but you don't stop watching YouTube there to take action. No, you keep searching for more tactics and more ideas, just trying to find the next best thing. Here's the truth, man. There is no next best thing. Every single thing works. It's just about what works best for you. And if you've watched this far into the video, you are just like me. And I am telling you that this system works the best. So stop searching for another tactic. There isn't anything out there that's going to change your life. Sit down, focus, and do the work day in and day out. But there's the other issue. Even if you do stick to a method, a system, you can't bring yourself to do the work. Every time you try and sit down and do the outreach, your brain comes up with another excuse. And the worst part is you believe it. You believe this bitch ass part of your brain telling you to stay still. So how do we overcome this resistance? Honestly, just turn your brain off. If you stop having an ego, stop thinking that you're smarter or more experienced than me, you will actually get results. Switch off the part of your brain that talks and mindlessly sit down day in, day out and do the boring work relentlessly. In a minute, I'm going to break down why it is guaranteed to work. So all you need to do is turn off emotion, turn on logic, and watch the results happen. Let's think logically. How do you achieve your goal? A goal or an outcome is just the result of a bunch of actions. So all you need to do is take the result and reverse engineer it to find the actions that you need to take every single day. Let's do this together. I'm going to say that your goal is 10K per month because that's what most editors tell me when they come to work with me. First, let's say that your average price is about 2K per month. This could be for 1, maybe 2 videos a month. So if our price is 2K per month, we need 5 clients to hit 10K a month. Now, let's say that when you hop on a sales call with a potential client, you only close 20% of those calls, meaning that for every 5 sales calls you get on, only 1 of them will become a client. That means to get 5 clients, you would need to take 25 calls. But calls conducted isn't calls booked, because some people book a call and don't show up for it. Industry average is about 80% of sales calls booked will actually show up. Therefore, you need to book 32 calls for 25 to show up. So how do we book 32 calls? Now let's say we have a 5% appointment booking rate, meaning that 5% of the people that we outreach to will book a meeting with us. And if you use quality like I was talking about before, that is extremely achievable. That means you'd have to send 640 emails. And if you want to achieve this in a month, that's only 32 emails a day. Now, right now, your brain might start getting emotional again. You might think that there's some error in my maths or this can't be true. There's no way if you send 30 emails a day, you'll get to 10K a month. Well, there is. It's that simple. You need to break this belief about 10K per month is hard. No, it's extremely simple. Trust the maths, not your emotion. Now, every time you start to feel some doubt about what you're doing, come back and watch the past 30 seconds of this video where I break down the maths. It shows you with irrefutable logic that if you send this amount of emails, you will hit this goal. There's no question about it. Trust in the maths, not in your emotion. So, if you can discipline yourself to the inputs every single day, then the outputs are guaranteed. Principle number 5 is to productize delivery. If you stick to outreach every single day consistently, you will 100% land clients. There's no question about it, but you're still in the same situation you were before. Sure, you're making 10 times the amount of money, but you're still working 12, 16 hours a day. This happened to me. The first month I started using this system, I landed 2 clients paying me 2K per month. And I was absolutely swamped with work. The amount of hours I was working was ridiculous. I'd wake up at 5 AM to work 3 hours before school. Then as soon as I got back home, I'd work another 7 hours. That's 10 hours of editing every single day. Probably about 16 on the weekends, just to keep up with the clients that I'd landed. This on top of school was completely unsustainable, and I knew if I continued at this pace, I would 100% burn out. So before it got to that, I blocked out a weekend to build delivery systems. For every client I had, I built them a vault. This was just a Premiere Pro project filled with every asset that I'd ever need to make one of their videos. Yeah, it was a lot of work over that weekend. It was 2 really long work days. But once it was built, it was built. And I could reuse everything in the vault again and again and again. It was short-term pain for long-term gratification. The vault system decreased my editing time from about 20 hours to literally 2. If you don't believe me, then I'll just break it down for you. When a client sent me over footage, I'd use a software called Firecut to cut all the footage automatically. Then I'd go through and correct the mistakes manually because an AI software isn't going to get it 100% right. Then when I was correcting the cuts, I would leave markers in spots where I knew I could add effects. Then once the cut was done, all I had to do was jump to the markers, then copy and paste the desired effect over from the vault into the current timeline. Then all I had to do was change the text to match what they were saying. That is literally it. Can you see why it only took me 2 hours to edit a video? And I'm gonna be honest with you, these weren't crazy edits. They were pretty simple. I knew that and my clients knew that. That's why I wasn't charging crazy prices. Sure, I've charged thousands for a video before, but those videos took me weeks. But for these simple videos, I'd only charge $250 each, which is a completely fair price. Yes, they were simple, but they were still extremely high quality. $250 for 2 hours of work is extremely good. Now, if you want my one-on-one help finding these clients, get them to pay you thousands, and build delivery systems so you can spend no time at all editing, then apply to work with me using the first link in the description. We guarantee you an extra 5K per month. So if you're already making 1 or 2K per month, then this is perfect for you. I only take on about 3 to 5 people per month, so if you're interested, take action now before all the slots fill up. Now, the hidden truth in the editing industry is that bad editors make the most money. I know it sounds completely backwards, but stick with me. If you want to learn how I made tens of thousands of dollars from stupidly simple edits, then click this video up here.